Couple things. Trump went to East Palestine, Ohio, the site of one of the most obvious, low-level, egregious attacks on the environment and safety regulations that he ever had. And of course, the maggots from all around showed up. And of course, nobody who can't stand him bothered. So, I mean, you got people driving from all over in this particular area, bringing their kids and whatever. It's a small spattering of people. It's fine. But the idea that somehow, like, all of East Palestine loves us of Trump is all over the Twitter machine right now.
Thank you, sir. Honor to meet you, sir. Mr. Trump.
Mr. Trump.
What do you make about Biden not showing up? You showing up before he did.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming here and taking credit for other people's charity. We'll get to that in a minute. Autographing hats. I mean, he could be throwing paper towels, but this is so much better, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it, though? It is, isn't it? It is. I think it is. You think it is. How do I spell my name again? Oh, and it's a nice one, he said about that hat. It's that person will never forget that moment. He said my hat was nice. He looked at my hat and said it was a nice one. It is a nice one. I've had that one. I found it on the road. I was like, that's a good hat. Pull over. I've been wearing it for 3 years now. He said it was a nice hat. I'm never going to, I never did wash it. I don't wash anything. I'm never going to start washing things. Like, thank you, Mr. Trump.
Thank you for not forgetting about us.
Thank you for not forgetting about us. Why? Because you think he remembers the last time he was in East Palestine, Ohio?
Thank you, Don Jr., too.
Yeah, Don Jr., too. You're here. Have you seen the drug house? There's a... Don, I don't know if you have time, but about 8 blocks down there, there's a drug house. There's plywood all over it. The city's condemned it and called it a blight. But you can still they've had I think it holds the record for the county in arrests of convicted sex offenders. They all go there or whatever. You should stop by. It's like the McDonald's of drugs. It's right over. I'm not kidding, by the way. There's a drug house in East Palestine that people in the neighboring cities and towns drive to. That's been a problem. It just the only reason I know that is because he was like, "This is a good place. You got zero crime here, right? There's zero crime. There's no room. I don't see any black people. So obviously," which is exactly what he was. You don't have any crime. Look at all these white people.
My daughter was like, oh, yeah. I love you, baby.
We love you, baby.
Oh, hey, thank you, sir. Thank you for your service. Mr. Trump, Mr. Trump.
And by the way, he does the tap on the shoulder to the Secret Service guy so they can get the fuck out. That's the signal. Get me the fuck out of here. By the way, he says at one point when he's leaving, he goes, thank you. Have fun to the people who are living in a city that very possibly might be carcinogenic. Like the entire city has been effectively bombed with a chemical weapon by their Republican governor. And he's like, have fun being poor, shitty people. Thanks for letting me use you as in a campaign ad. We make sure we get some shots of you crying about how wonderful I am. So anyways, here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Hold it, stop. Here's some remarks. Fox put this out, by the way. I don't know if this is current. Maybe it is, but it's not good. It's not good. Not good. Trump, he says, Trump vows to stand with East Palestine community after Ohio derailment tragedy. Hey, remember all the times he went to those cities where they had like school shootings And he did the same thing. No, I mean, neither. Remember all the times he went to states he didn't win to show that he's the kind of guy who wants to be the president for everybody, whether that, no, you don't remember that? What do you think the odds are that the county that East Palestine is in, if he hadn't won it handily, he'd have gone, fuck those people. For real. So, anyways, this is his remarks. It's relatively short. Apparently, Fox News posted it, but they did not carry it live. Yes, betrayal, deep, dark, vicious betrayal from the faux news. Thank you. It's nice to be indoors. We're here. Hey, you. I don't know any of these folks.
Well, thank you very much, everybody.
By the way, either right before this or right after, he took everybody out to eat. All the firemen and the workers there took them out to eat and picked up the tab like the generous duty is using campaign funds at McDonald's. So, you know, they've been through it. He wants to give them a taste of the good life, something they may not experience, you know, something that he gets the benefit of all the time because he's super rich. So he took them to McDonald's, and he was like, send me the check and I will give it to the person who has the credit card for the campaign.
But it's an honor to be here. It's an incredible place and some incredible.
Yeah, tell us all about it. It's an incredible place. It's just what you've learned a lot. I mean, I don't even think you'll get through the speech. I think you should just go on and on about what you loved about East Palestine.
Incredible supporters and people that have worked with.
Oh yeah, the incredible part, the supporters. People who like me is basically what he's saying. I love this place, even though you guys glow in the dark and your fish tastes like a lye sandwich. I want to thank you for kissing my ass, for basically causing this derailing. I mean, you know how I said I could shoot someone in Fifth Avenue and not lose any support? I didn't know until today that I could derail a train full of polyvinyl chloride, kill every fish in 150 miles, and coat everyone's house in dioxin and not lose any support. That's special. That's very special. Because Republicans love guns, so they probably will let any Republican shoot somebody. But in this particular case,
us for a long time, and we've been here for them. And even a few days ago, we had some of our top people come up, and it's an honor. And we're here.
Some of our top people. Who? J.D. Vance? A couple of days ago? This shit happened 2 weeks ago. DeWine waited 2 weeks to declare a federal emergency. You know what? They were like, FEMA won't do anything because the governor has to ask. You know who's in charge? OEMA. Ohio Emergency Management Agency. Not the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Yeah. OEMA, 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 OEMA. In Palestine, the stinky Palestine, the fish shall die tonight. Yeah. Yeah. OEMA. It's not, I don't know. I think you should call it like state emergency management or like Ohio State Emergency Management Agency, so that it's like OSEMA. So it has something, but OEMA, really?
Today in East Palestine
Sure.
to show our love and support for our fellow Americans. And
yeah, and you know all those things that happened that weren't this? I'm obviously not going to that other train wreck a couple of counties over. They didn't vote for me.
This hour of need, and that's what it is. It was an hour of
just a couple weeks. This hour of need, I'm really only here for about an hour. They said it would only be an hour. And we got the shots. Okay, fuck you guys. See you at the voting booth in 2024. Not really.
But they've done some incredible work in a very short period of time, and they're getting a lot.
Yes, about an hour, I think.
The credit for it, and they have to be getting credit. We tell you that when they do good, and we tell you when people do bad.
Yes, yes. We tell you when people deserve credit, and we also will tattle on people. The fuck is with this? What's the setting at Fox News? Shit. Autoplay. Let's quality up this feed, man. Or maybe that's how their shit was.
Chief and your police and your mayor.
Your chief and your police and your braves and your I enjoyed your wigwams.
And everybody else, they've done incredibly. And Bill, JD's been here for 4 days. I've been watching him every day.
You really? That's kind of creepy, don't you think? Do you have like you got a drone on him, or?
JD Vance has been incredible. To the
Yes, he's been there for 4 days. The last 4 days of 2 weeks, of the last 2 weeks, he's there. You know when he came in? After Biden was allowed to send FEMA people in. Yeah. Anyways, the CDC, the Health and Human Services, NTSB, DOT, they've all been there going over this shit. But Biden didn't send anybody. They don't. First of all, we're a big country. A lot of that shit's on autopilot. But the governor has to ask for certain federal help so people don't barge the fuck in. And by the way, at some point, no doubt, he's going to say, if it was me, I'd have sent him in within 10 minutes. I'd say, fuck you, governor, here they come. And set a legal precedent where the president can send in National Guard or any federal agency and overrun any local or state office. I think that's what Republicans want.
People of East Palestine and to the nearby communities in Ohio and Pennsylvania, we have told you loud and clear, you are not forgotten. You are not forgotten. We stand.
Hi, stupid. It just happened. It's 2 weeks old. Come back in 3 years when they're like, we're just making sure there are no cancer clusters. How's everybody's health? Did you guys get the site cleaned up? We're making sure there's people coming in here and they're tilling the soil over so that there's not a lot of these like leftover chemicals drifting up into your nasal passages as you traipse across the lawn in your underpants. So we're here. I'll be back in a couple of years to make sure. Yeah.
And with you, we pray for you, and we will stay with you in your fight to help answer and the accountability that you deserve. We'll have that accountability. It'll all be out there very clearly.
Yes, very clear answering accountability, and we'll answer that accountability very clearly because it's going to be Look at the look on JD Vance's face. What is it? JD Vance is going to. JD Vance wrote a book called Hillbilly Elegy. Hillbilly Elegy, and so he's a writer, so he can write, but I guess reasonably well, understands what sentence structure is. By the way, text Ohio to 88022. You think that money's going to East Palestine? Or you think that's a campaign sticker right there? What do you think we're gonna get when do you think we'll get a look at the FEC's filing information on the money gathered from when people specifically texted Ohio to this number? What do you think? What are the odds? What's the chances that this dickhead is going to go, no, don't spend that money on fish delights for me. That goes for the dead fish delights in East Palestine, Ohio.
I want to thank Senator J.D. Vance for being here. I want to thank Congressman Bill Johnson, very special friends of mine. They became really very good friends of mine. I also want to recognize a man.
I have friends. They're my friends now, or whatever. Asshole, it's their state. And is DeWine with him? I don't think so.
Who has been working tirelessly for this community since the beginning of the nightmare. And Trent, where's Trent? He's very easy to find. Huh?
Oh, Trent's fat is what Trump just said. He's very easy to find. He's a fat guy in a purple shirt. Thanks, Trump. Very nice of you. He's very easy. Fuck you, dude. I think that's the mayor of East Palestine, if I'm not mistaken. What a dick thing to say.
Very easy to find. I want to thank you.
He's easy to find. What an asshole.
Thank you very much. I'll call you up in a second. Thank you.
Thanks. Don't say anything. Anyways,
Mayor, in addition, let me express
the mayor. Yeah, that you should have maybe introduced him as the mayor. I don't know.
our tremendous respect and admiration for all of the police and firefighters and first responders and
Well, most of them anyways.
all over the country.
The ones that voted for me.
There's such heroes, but this was a great example of it because that was a very dangerous looking sight. So I want to thank you all. Thank you very much.
That was a very dangerous looking sight. I saw it when I was watching it on the screens at Mar-a-Lago. It looked very fire looked like, was that regular fire or is that like super fire? It looked like super fire.
Thank you. 19 days ago, tragedy struck this wonderful.
Oh, sorry. My bad. Not 2 weeks. 19 days ago. JD Vance waited over 2 weeks to come and help.
Village and rocked the lives of people throughout.
It rocked their lives. It rocked the party rocking all night long.
This area, long beyond this area.
Long beyond this area. Oh, good. This is going to be classic Trump.
It's been weeks since Americans have been inspired. They've just watched this over the weeks. They've been inspired by your strength and your courage and how you've come together to stand up for the families in your area and the families of this village and beyond. We've seen.
Again, all I can think of is all the fucking school shootings that he didn't do this for. This was an industrial accident. It didn't crash into a school there. It's a serious thing, but fuck off.
The first responders and railroad workers serving bravely in the line of duty. The railroad workers have been really incredible, actually.
Actually, have they? Have they now? Which ones? The ones from the workers from the company, or the ones that ignored the two signals where the axles were on fire?
And they've gone way above the call of duty.
I don't know what that means. Did they go down with the train?
We've seen citizens speaking up at the town halls, and we've seen organizations such as the East Palestine Community Foundation rising to the occasion to provide tremendous relief and help to the people that were so badly affected. So I want to thank you all. Fantastic job. Really great. Everybody's been.
Yeah, it's so great that everybody would get together to help other people in their town and to get help from outside for their town when this happened. That's weird. Do people really do that? Do people really care about their neighbors? I mean, I live 4 houses down from Epstein's house, but we would just FaceTime most of the time, or I would walk over. I would golf over, really. That's the only way I go walking is if I have a putter. That's how they get me to walk around.
We've all been watching on television.
And eating sandwiches and watching and throwing. Look at fucking JD Vance. Watching on television. This is fucking lame.
Beyond television. We've been getting on.
Even beyond television. I've been getting it from in the stars in the heavens, the signs and wonders that led me to Palestine. I rode 3 days on a camel to see the baby Jesus, the toxic Avenger baby Jesus, obviously, the trauma version of baby Jesus.
From the real news and from the fake news.
Yes, all the news that's fit to fake.
And the fake news we even believed in this case because they've covered it very fairly.
Then why are you calling them fake? All right. Okay. Hal. Hold it together. All right. Why? What?
Over the past few weeks, the community.
If fake news was even real in this moment, and I can tell because I It turned out there was a train wreck when I came here. I didn't believe it for a long time.
You show them
That's why it took me 19 days to come up here to an area that voted for me 80-10 with 10 abstaining for
the
president.
tough and resilient heart of America, and that's what it is. This is really
It's what it is. It is a resilient and it's a heart. It's the kidney. The kidney.
America right here. We're standing in America.
Oh, all right, good. Well, I'm glad we not that I thought it was the other Palestine. I was worried that you were going to get shot by an errant Israeli soldier bullet or get blown up for not being sufficiently loyal to Hamas. Shit, it's America, guys. Sorry, back out. Well, we'll talk about something. I got to play a different clip. I thought. I mean, it was a long flight. You can understand how he might be confused. They wrote it on the paper, though.
Unfortunately, as you know, in too many cases, your goodness
Unfortunately, you're in America? What the fuck does that mean? Hey, what the fuck? What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck's wrong with you? Unfortunately, we're in America, unfortunately. What?
and perseverance who were met with indifference and betrayal in some cases.
They were denied. Yes, the National Transportation and Safety Board was cheating on East Palestine with the Parks Department that's in charge of clearing the water out of the lake, and the water department. They were playing footsie with them during the whole meeting.
Biden and FEMA said they would not send federal aid to East Palestine under any circumstance.
Yeah, they singled it out. It was an executive order on day one. I don't give a fuck how many tornadoes. If a asteroid full of AIDS hits that fucking place, I'm not going. But Joe, why would you? No. That county and that whole town, they voted for Trump, so I'm not sending FEMA no matter what. If a volcano of werewolf dicks pops up out of the earth, I'm not sending FEMA under any circumstance. Shut the fuck
So I'm
up.
not going to send aid. I thought that was a strange statement because I
Yes, it is. It was a strange statement when you said it because you're the only person who did. Even the mayor's like, that's not actually what,
I've been working with FEMA for a long time, 4 years, and they were great with us with the tornadoes, the hurricanes, and things like this.
yeah, no, not things like this. The only time he used FEMA, tornadoes and hurricanes. After the cleanup, by the way, FEMA will come in and manage the emergency. But once it's past the emergency phase, that's when everybody else comes in. FEMA doesn't rebuild the fucking roads if a fucking earthquake cracked them. DOT does that in line with the state. He was president for 4 fucking years. He doesn't know this shit. Good Lord.
And it was a strange statement to come out, and they were doing nothing for you. They were intending to do absolutely nothing for you.
Yeah, they didn't want to do it, but since I came here, they're like, oh shit, Trump's going to go there, and what if he magically fixes it?
JD and I spoke, and they said, they're not coming. They're not going to come. And I said, that's very strange. FEMA.
Did you talk to DeWine, the governor, who is the one who has to ask for federal assistance before FEMA can come in? Did you talk to him? It's because, they have these things written up already. You just got to sign it. I declare where? East Palestine. From this mile marker to this mile marker, I declare a federal emergency in this area. Please help. And then they, of course, obviously, because it's a traditional system, they put it in the saddlebag of a Pony Express rider, and he gallops across the plains, and it takes him several days to get to D.C., and then he hops off and goes, hi-ho, and then someone comes out and goes, hear thee, and they take it out of the thing, and then someone types it up into an email.
Said specifically, this doesn't meet the criteria.
Right.
And that's horrible, and somebody has to do something for those people. I said back when I announced.
I replied, that's terrible. No? The criteria, what's the criteria? I don't know. I wasn't, I was busy on FEMA day when I was president, when they gave me the FEMA, what's FEMA's thing? I was, honest to God, I was watching Hannity. I dozed off and farted a bunch. I didn't hear a fucking thing.
Announced that I was coming, they changed their tune. It was an amazing phenomena.
No, DeWine asked for help, if I may. Hold on. Whoops. When they heard I was coming, they decided to, on February 16th, 4 days ago, by the way, when miraculously J.D. Vance came, because as their representative in the federal government, that's part and parcel to his fucking job as a senator. They, you know, I'm pretty sure that senators have at least a baseline, like, duties that are amongst the things they're sworn to do. We'll see. Might have to do with their ability to get FEMA stuff or how quickly. Yeah, there we go. Thursday morning. There you go. According to the governor's office, DeWine asked for assistance from multiple agencies, including the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, the Health and Emergency Response Team. The governor also sent a letter to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention requesting they immediately send medical experts to East Palestine to assist members of the community who have questions or experiencing symptoms. DeWine says he's been in daily contact with FEMA, an agency that helps rebuild and improve communities, but says he's been told Ohio is not eligible for assistance right now. The governor says he will continue working with FEMA to see what assistance can be provided to East Palestine. Fox 19 reached out to FEMA for a response to the governor's comments, and we'll update the story when they receive a reply on Thursday. There you go. There it is. Ohio Environmental Protection Agency. Yeah, that's, you guys handle that until you run out of funds or you can't do it yourself. Then you can call FEMA, because you get money allocated, and it's the same fucking stuff. There's what they say. I don't know where the update was. Department of Agriculture is working to determine cause of death of 6-week-old beef calf that died on February 11th in an area located about 2 miles away from East Palestine. Continues to assure Ohioans that the food supply is safe and risk to livestock remains low. Has not received any additional reports of dead wildlife as of Thursday afternoon. Total number of aquatic animals killed is approximately 3,500. Most of the deaths are believed to have been caused by the immediate release of contaminants into the water prior to mitigation efforts. Yeah, so basically right before they blew the train up, it was leaking into the water, and they were like, yeah, we should set fire to this shit.
Mayor and I would discuss.
By the way, the video you're seeing of the dead fish, check the date.
That it was quite amazing what happened, and they said,
yeah, but how about fucking speak up? God damn, is it just me, or is this son of a bitch like super fucking quiet?
Can't let this happen. That was a big change of pace. JD, did you ever see a change like that one? That was a quick, rapid change. But we can't let this happen, they said, and we'll be there. And we opened up the dam, and we got them to move, and they all came in, and they're now pouring you in with help. And I will tell you, I had a...
Yes, there is no dam in the area. He didn't come down and open up a dam. He did not pull his fingers out of the dike, per se, and they're not pouring you with help. They're not... I don't want anybody in East Palestine to think that they're getting dumped on with help. Great. I'm going to be like a
great relationship with FEMA. I found FEMA to be incredible, amazing in every way. And we had tremendous luck with the tornadoes and all of the hurricanes and everything else that we had, and they were fantastic. And
yeah, they were great. It turns out you can't redirect a hurricane with a Sharpie, luckily.
Fantastic here. They could have been 2 weeks earlier, or at least a week earlier, but they decided to do it this way, and I guess it came from the top. And so we have to understand that. You know, it reminds me.
Yeah, we got to understand that it came from the top of the thing of the, which top are we talking about? The top of the state, or the top of the federal government, or the top of FEMA, or never mind. The dam is broken, and people are being flooded with bottled water and Skittles.
A little bit. I don't know if you remember when Ohio State wasn't going to be playing football for another season. They were going to sit back and watch with the China virus or COVID, whatever you want to call it. And I called the head of the Big Ten football. I said, you got to get this football open. And they were great. They responded, and Ohio State played that season. Nobody remembers that, I think, right? Does anybody know? You got at least one. You could be close, but by now you still would be close probably. But we got that open very early, and you had a great season of football.
Yeah, that's not a good thing. That led to unnecessary contagion and death in the area.
To put it mildly, so that was a very great.
So, you know, even if your water is poison and your house is coated in dioxin, you can still think about that time that I forced you guys to play football in shark-infested waters so that I wouldn't look like an asshole too late.
Honor the Big Ten, and that led to the NFL, and it led to most of the rest of football in the country. But you led it through Ohio State and Big Ten, and we got that done. I did that very personally. I called the commissioner, and he did a good job.
So yeah, by the way, in East Palestine, if you're having any skin irritation, difficulty breathing, just think about the fact that he called the head of the Big Ten football people and then the NFL and said, "You guys should play games. I look like shit."
What this community,
maybe it's like a salve. It's like the salve of positivity.
Community needs now are not excuses and all of the other things you've been hearing, but answers and results, and that's what I think you're going to say. Norfolk Southern needs to fulfill its responsibilities and obligations. And I see that they're starting to come here now, too, because they also were saying...
Hey, asshole, they were first on the scene. It was their train. Norfolk's been at the accident site from the moment it happened. Arguably, depending on the length of the train, before. Yeah.
They're not coming. But it means that the affected communities beyond the borders of East Palestine are...
Palestine, Emperor Palpatine. Yeah, just call it Stein, whatever you want.
Be taken care of, and they've said so, and they've said it loud and clear, and I think they probably mean it. I sincerely hope.
I've talked to President Xi. They're handling COVID very well, and I don't imagine why it would be Russia. And also, if anybody knows how to clean this mess up, it's the people that made it. So the people of North, I would trust them. You know, I wouldn't eat if they made you a fish delight right now. I wouldn't eat it. I would, unless it was frozen and flown in from someplace else.
When your representatives and all of the politicians get here, including Biden, they get back from touring Ukraine, that he's got some money left over, because we're now at $117 billion, and as you probably know, Europe, when you add it all up, is at about $10 billion. That's a big difference, wouldn't you say? That's one of the things that gets me.
Yeah, hey, asshole, nobody cares there. You're actually at the site of where some shit went down. Go to Marjorie Taylor Greene's district and clamor on about where the fuck's our money. These people want their help, and they're getting it.
They're very good negotiators, those people in Europe. You know, when you add it all up, it's about the same size as the United States, the economy of the different European countries, and they're at a very small number compared to us. So you'll start working on that, I guess, when you get back. I think JD will have that well, and he's listened. He heard that number, but it's a massive difference. It's a very small fraction of what we put up, and it affects that.
That's because it includes Lend-Lease. They got to pay us back. Good Lord.
more than us, and they have to do what they have to do.
Well said. Well said. They have to do. I mean, hey, gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. That's the way it is. That's the way it goes.
But we're going to find time to come back if necessary. If they don't come back and give you the treatment that you need, we will be back. The Biden administration should ensure that every family has the option of moving and homes and everything else until this thing is straightened out. I do
moving has the option of moving and homes and everything else until this is straightened out. I had no idea we were going to get such a detailed plan. I'm sorry. I would have been taking notes from the beginning. I mean, this is, I don't know if this guy's ever thought of running for president, but I would consider it. With that kind of keen intellect and understanding of the circumstance and the issues themselves, this guy knows FEMA better than the emergencies do.
I want to especially thank some of the incredible people that helped us, because we're bringing thousands of bottles of water, Trump water, actually.
Thousands of bottles of water. It's a big bottle.
Of it, some of it we had to go to a much lesser quality water. You want to get those Trump bottles, I think, more than anybody else. But we're bringing a lot of water, thousands of bottles, and we have it in trucks, and we brought some on my plane today. But to that end, I'm pleased.
Some. And by the way, this is all stuff that's been coordinated by Vance and the state and whatever the fuck. And Trump, put a few bottles of that on the plane, and then we'll pretend it. We'll have Don unload them. It'll be great. We'll get some great shots.
To announce that we've helped coordinate the delivery of the water and bottled water, as well as the tractor trailers full of it. We have big tractor trailers full of water. I think you're going to have plenty of water.
Oh, by the way, tractor trailers full of water, which is, by the way, he means trucks, like big trucks came. He said tractor trailers coming up there. Literally, hold on one second. Let me see if I can find this. The Trump fans are, let me find it in here. Let's see. A bunch of them, blue check Trump fans, said that, we'll see it there, hold on. Latest. Yeah, there you go. Black Russian is saying this. Trump water, thousands of gallons of water, cleaning supplies, tractors. Thousands of gallons of water, cleaning supplies, tractors. By the way, you think there's a lot of cut and paste? See, we got a dozen about damage, but I have a new pack of tractors. Top Trump. Okay, sorry. Somebody else writing there. Okay. Much less than 4 regulars, 11, 2 tractors, everything you need paid and full of research. Okay, sorry, wrong one. Trump said I was going to be bigger tractors. Biden Miller tractor. Oh, I think Kevin means traders, not tractors. But okay. Let's see. Yep, it's just at the top of it. Okay, so the top one of this. Hold on, let me see if I can find the other ones. Right. Trump tonight said 11,000 boats at a MAGA boat parade in Florida and thousands of tractors at a parade in Iowa. Okay, that's different. Yeah, everybody's running that same tractors. Trump. I know a lot about tractors. So, yeah. Yep. We have tractors, we have sprayers, we have semis, we have Humvees, we have military Jeeps. Okay, that's different. Yeah, that's just from the Trump Tractors Parade. Anyways, a couple of these sites were saying that he brought tractors because he said tractor trailers full of water. That's what happens when your Russian bot brigade doesn't understand tractor trailer versus tractor.
Long time, maybe. And I want to thank those of you that helped John Rourke, who's fantastic, Blue Line Moving. Is John here? Hello.
Yeah, John donated the tractor trailers. We'll get to the part that Trump paid for eventually, won't we?
John, good job. Got a lot of
good job.
Trucks coming up with water, right?
That's right. Yeah, that dude gassed up his fucking trucks and brought in the water. Okay.
That's true. You're a fantastic guy. Friend of
I can barely see you because I can only see your neck because you're like a bush.
my son Don, who's also here. Where's Don? Good job. Did you get him to do that? I think so, huh? Yeah, he does. He's fantastic. He helps. Thank you very much, John. Appreciate it. Two Fellas Moving Company, and I want to thank the people within the Trump organization that helped us with all of the water. We got it from all of our different hotels, all of our different places, and it was great. They really came together. Also, I want to thank.
And we'll be writing that off on our taxes, by the way. So, all right. Where's the nearest Trump property to East Palestine? So they basically just went and got old water, like storage water bottles, and trucked them up.
Thanks Andy Pensler and his son, Jonathan Pensler, from Cortex in Michigan for donating thousands of gallons of cleaning supplies. Thousands and thousands of gallons. Where are you guys?
Look at that. The Trump, that's what he's saying. Like, Trump, look at this. Trump, look at him get credit for this. Look, Trump, water, thousands of gallons of water, cleaning supplies, donated by somebody else and driven up there by somebody else.
Where are they?
I don't know. They're out there actually using the cleaning supplies, helping people. They should be in here grandstanding, don't we? Don't you guys know anything about? Well, it's fine. I'll take the credit.
Are they here? They're too.
I don't even know them. They're the ones who donated all the cleaning supplies that I'm getting credit for, and I couldn't pick them out of a fucking lineup. I know Purple Shirt Fat Mayor, and I know the guy in the camo because he's the only guy in camo, but I don't. Oh, you're right behind me. Oh, I see.
Busy putting it on the truck, but
they're busy putting it on the truck. Yes, they're doing shit for real.
But he get Cortex. If anybody knows the company, it's a very good company, big company, and they're giving tremendous amounts of cleaning supplies, which.
Yeah, they donated it. Yep, they haven't yet. I mean, I guess they were waiting for Trump to come up, and they're like, we'll only donate cleaning supplies if Trump comes up and thanks us personally. So he got up out of his not so easy chair, and he spit out the half-eaten fish delight in his mouth, squirted some ketchup down his pants, and got on a plane.
Is what you're going to need. And again, I want to thank Senator Vance, and I want to ask JD to come up and say a few words, and then Mayor Conaway and Marty Grimm will come up and finish it off. Thank you all very much for being here. It's a great honor. It's an honor to help, and you're well on your way. And that was a tragedy, close to an unbelievable tragedy.
Yes, but thank God it's a believable tragedy. Even when I saw it on the fake news, I believed it.
Been really bad, and thank goodness that didn't happen. But
what?
Done an interview with me. He did very well with the ratings.
Hold on. Back the fuck up.
Believable tragedy. And
listen to this again. This is for all the Biden can't speak and I like a president that can complete a sentence and that has a clear understanding of the issues and the circumstances around him and is solution oriented because he's a businessman. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Gobbledygook, Chapter 75.
It was a tragedy, close to an unbelievable tragedy. Could have been really bad, and thank goodness that didn't happen. But you're going to have tremendous help now, and I know FEMA will do the job like nobody can do it like them. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
Nobody does it better. It was a tragedy, but almost an unbelievable tragedy. And thank God it's a believable tragedy, and nothing bad happened. And I got to get the fuck out of here. Bye. JD, you want to come up and say something? JD, it's gonna be hard. Yeah, look at the look on his face. How do I not top that so I don't get in deep shit? How can anyone speak dumber than that? Because if I speak clearly, they're going to get mad at me for trying to dunk on Trump. I'm so screwed.
Well, first, President Trump, thanks so much for coming and shining a light on this community. I think the most...
Because the news has been ignoring it for 19 days.
Most important thing that we can take from this visit is that we can't forget about the people of East Palestine, because they're...
Yeah, it just happened, dummy. You don't get points for remembering. You're not in charge of setting up a Remember East Palestine, never forget fucking monument at the edge of town. Calm the fuck down. They forgot about us. Like, what do you mean? Like all the cities affected by school shootings that you blew off, or let Trump's tangential friends like Alex Jones take a shit on for years?
There will be a rebuilding effort. We need to finish the cleanup effort. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, that's why the guy donated the cleaning supplies and Trump took credit for it earlier. Yeah.
But most of all, we need to make sure that over the next 6 months, over the next year, over the next 2 years, that we don't forget the people of East Palestine who...
Yeah, you mean during the rest of your term?
Been affected by this tragedy. You coming up here ensures that we do exactly that. So thank you.
No, it doesn't. If he comes back, to say this again in 3 years. I think I've mentioned this before, but I had a friend who went to, I believe it was Est, one of those like self-help weekends, and it was like 3 days, really intense. Try to rebuild your life and all that kind of stuff, which is cool. I'm for it. But he came back on Monday, and I said, how was it? And he said, it changed my life. And I said, how do you know? I would go live some life and then go, oh shit, that changed my life. I kept doing it. That's like saying on January 2nd, how's your New Year's resolutions? My New Year's resolutions have changed my 24 hours. Thank you for not letting us forget the people of East Palestine like we had for the 2 weeks prior to me coming down here. And you won't remember the mayor's name by the time you get on the fucking plane. You'll just go purple shirt fat guy.
Thank you, sir. It's great to have you. Don, it's great to have you. I just want to
have you here, I think. Well, I guess it's great to have them anywhere if they'll just hold still and be had, right, JD?
say that, I'm from Southern Ohio, and I've got to know this community very well over the last couple of weeks. It's such an honor to be here, and it's such an honor to get to know so many great people. The mayor, the fire chief have done such an incredible job. Senator Ruley, everybody has come together, Congressman Johnson, to make sure that East Palestine is at the top of everybody's priorities. So thank you for having me. Thank you for letting me play some small role in making sure this community survives and thrives. God bless you all. I love you.
That was good. You said the God bless you thing. That was good. People like that when you say God bless you, even if you don't mean it. It's so weird. Hey, where'd you go? I was going to introduce you again, but go ahead. Why don't you just... Mayor, what's his name? Go ahead. Can't miss you.
We as a community would like to thank President Trump for coming up here, shedding some light on the situation we are currently in. I also have to thank all the elected officials, all the firemen. The firemen saved this city. If it wasn't from them, that might sound like rhetoric, but it really is not. This could have been
Well, it was a fire.
a very different situation if we wouldn't have such quality firemen behind us.
Yes. Is that a possibility? Did you used to have shit firemen? By the way, it was a controlled demolition with the governor giving the go-ahead for it. So I'm going to guess they had a bunch of support. Not taking anything away from the firemen that are there. It's shitty they had to even be in that position in the first place.
We're a small community. We don't want the media attention. We just, we want our community to go back to the way it was. That is our end goal. We appreciate
The way it was before what? Before the train, I hope.
you being here, but
Not before Trump arrived or before FEMA or after the demolition, but before the fish started to be able to not die again.
at some point we'd ask you to leave. But yes, I thank everybody.
Look at Trump. Look.
Who has helped us through this tragic situation. It's been a very difficult situation, but together we will make EP strong again. So thank you all.
Hashtag EP strong.
Well, thanks everybody for coming out. And as I've said from the outset here, this is the kind of tragedy that should never come.
By the way, Fox, excellent camera work. I originally I thought lining up with the stem of the mic on that they had on there and that they had set far too high was a mistake. No, genius, absolutely. The dude looks like he's wearing a black monocle with a giant slap of licorice hanging off of it in his eye, and he's some sort of weird licorice supervillain right now.
I'm on a rural community like this. It's
I am Captain Licorice. Hear me, hear me. If you guys don't give me that woman, I will crash another train into the town. All your water will taste like anise.
extremely unfortunate. But I have stood and watched and participated as this community has come together. I'm convinced that recovery is on the way. I believe this community is not only going to recover, but they're going to be stronger than they were when they started. And it's because of the people here.
And the federal aid assistance. And the money from the Norfolk lawsuits. I think there's going to be a few rich people in town. I'm just saying. Whether they end up suing after they get sick or not, they're going to say, I got to move. My house isn't worth shit. You owe me money. And they're probably going to get a settlement that could buy them another house in East Palestine. Yeah.
It's because of the mayor. It's because of the fire chief. It's because of the determination and perseverance of the people right here in East Palestine.
And the fish.
So thank you, Mr. President, for coming and continuing to put focus on this.
Well, it was real easy because there were no dead people, wounded people, or sick people. Homie, don't fuck with that. I have a thing. It's gross. When I was at Walter Reed, they had to move everybody out because if I get a whiff of someone's injury, I get a chill down my spine that makes me dookie down my trouser leg. No way.
God bless you.
Luckily, it was just a big fire, and I loved watching them on TV, and all the dead fish were gone by the time I looked at the water and pointed at it, so... Mm-hmm. Thank you. No, thank you.
Thank you, President Trump, for coming to our village today and drawing attention to this disaster recovery.
Okay, better than this disastrous recovery, I guess.
My name is Marty Grimm, and I serve as president of the East Palestine Community Foundation. I am here today to speak on how to best financially assist our community and surrounding area.
If any of you, by any chance, know a billionaire personally, one that brags about it all the time, one that, is always saying he's got more money than he knows what to do with, that he wastes on frivolous architectural endeavors like golf courses, or if anybody leaps to mind, think about it. It might take you a couple of days, but if anyone, knows a billionaire who can do more than give away water already purchased for his golf courses that were actually paid for by the Saudi government, that were just left over, and they were sitting in the sun, so the plasticizing agents have already leaked into the water that may cause future fertility issues. If you know a billionaire, if anybody knows Mark Cuban, like a real billionaire, you're off the hook. A real billionaire.
Elaine Beck is the founder of the nonprofit.
He's standing there like, if she asks me for a fucking check, I'm going to make Don drink the river water.
Blessing Through Action, and calls Ohio her home. She herself was raised here and raised her family in this great state. Elaine felt compelled to help her fellow Ohioans in their desperate time of need.
I'm
Blessing
bored.
Through Action has partnered with the East Palestine community.
Fox is, hold on. Fox is moving in on her because Trump, he's confused, but Trump's starting to fall asleep. Watch this. Watch him.
Blessing Through Action has partnered with.
Hold on. I have to move this over so you can see it. There.
The East Palestine Community Foundation.
It's like, this is warm. I'm standing and I'm tired and the building is very warm. And I'm not going to sleep. But I am going to just rest my eyes. It's like a sleep snack. It's like the Whitman sampler of sleep.
And local churches to bring financial assistance to this community.
Which we wouldn't need if anybody knew a fucking billionaire, because this whole fucking town, top to tail, costs about $1 billion maximum. Maximum. In 2075 dollars, it's $1 billion.
Blessings Through Action takes
Does this count as a campaign rally? You bet your ass, Joey. He's going to write this shit
no
off.
profits or costs from these donations. So every dollar will go to help the residents of East Palestine and the affected neighboring communities. If this was not enough, Elaine took her love and compassion for her home state to another level.
And she went swimming this morning. She burst into flames, but she was instantly, thank God, the fire was put out by the parasites crawling all over her skin that had morphed during their time in the toxic waste, and they breathed ice water onto it. She's now frozen.
Has offered a $100,000 matching donation for the next 24 hours.
So if anyone knows anyone with money who can match that donation, is he getting the hint? I don't think so.
If you too would
Literally, Don Jr. is over there going to his dad, and his dad's going,
would like to be a part of this recovery and help rebuild this community we love, please text the word Ohio, OHIO, to the number 88022 for more information. That's text the word Ohio to the number 88022. Thank you very much.
that's so nice. That is so nice. I gave you all of our old water. What? You guys are leeches. Come on, you're standing there in the middle. Say something. You want to say something? I'm a man of the people.
All right. Why not? First of all, President Trump, thank you, for bringing.
I'd like to thank the Mustache Police for writing me this ticket. Okay.
This attention, getting the necessary resources here we need.
I will be giving mustache rides for 5 cents, and 3 cents out of every nickel will go to the Palestine Relief Fund that will try to make the city, ironically, smell less like fish.
I can't
Sorry.
thank.
I don't know what's wrong with me.
Not only my guys, my men and women who did such an amazing job, but also the neighboring departments that came in to help us, Pennsylvania, multiple counties in Ohio, one resource out of West Virginia. Together, we worked as a unified team to make this, to get this situation under control where we are, and I can't thank those first responders enough.
Dave was really fun. He got the giant barrel with the word Acme on the side of it. He shoved it under that train. Then he poured black powder in a big line back and forth. Then he lit a match and leaned over it, and his tail blew up. It was took 3 tries.
Columbiana County EMA
I had a beard when this started. Sorry.
was a crucial resource.
And by the way, I'm joking, of course, with the firemen and the first responders. I'm sure they're all good people and they did a great job. This is all just silliness in regard to them. Don't mix my actual criticism of Trump and JD Vance with these folks. They're fine. There's no problem with them.
Source to us.
Oh, thank you so much, DC2257. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. By the way, yeah, you guys can help the show, super chat, and like, subscribe, thumbs up. We're over 48K now. We're heading towards 50. Help us reach 50K. You can do it. You can do it.
Peggy Clark and Brian Rutledge, absolutely phenomenal people. I can't thank them enough for their help throughout this. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Not saying anything. Thank you. If I walk back up to the podium, they're gonna ask me to match those funds. Thank you. Cortex gave us cleaning supplies. That guy moved them in. The water's from the Saudis. Thank you. Have fun, everybody. Have fun. Ew, don't do that. This is, they don't need to recreate the train wreck. Jesus. That was just mean. The ever-loving shit. Don't get weirded out. I shake everybody's hand beta style. It's a thing. Who does that? Like, it's like he's ready to kiss anyone's ring. Is it just years of hanging out with Putin? He just automatically goes, I have to do this with everybody? Anybody who's even my height? No, do I have to lick your knuckles? He makes me lick his knuckles. I don't have to do that, do I? Good job. Good job. Good job. Thanks. Thank you, guys. Good job. Good job. You did a good job. I'm going to go get on my private plane paid for with campaign funds and fuck off. Thank you. Young men. There's a... All right. Yeah, no music. He's can't walk off to YMCA. It'd be inappropriate, I think. You're watching Hal Sparks Mega Worldwide, and I think that shows taste and breeding on your part. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Give a thumbs up. Support the show. Patreon.com/Hal Sparks. Super chats, bits, and, of course, on Facebook, you can send stars. My God, it's full of stars. Yeah, and if you can't afford to do any of those things, what you can do for me is enjoy the show. Just relax, breathe deep. If you're on your device right now, if you're watching this on a device, you know, the kids today, they watch it on their devices. You ever see anybody sitting like this on their fucking phone and they're like, I wonder why the internet is full of so much anger and hate? Instead, it's because your diaphragm is fucking compressed and you're breathing panic breaths in the top of your upper chest. When you're in danger, all of your oxygen exchange happens up here because you got to be able to you need quick, dirty energy, fat, so you can run away and fight and freak out and all that kind of shit. If you're relaxed, you breathe into your gut. Well, interestingly enough, most people who sit on their fucking devices all the time are compressing their diaphragm, and they can only breathe into the top of their chest. And no wonder they react to everything in a more anxious and uncomfortable way. So this is me, your pseudo-internet dad, telling you to sit up straight, motherfucker, and breathe deep. It'll make you feel better. And remind other people. Stick your chest out. I almost had a line from Trading Places, but... 48 Hours, actually, is the movie that I almost said. I got my brash Eddie Murphy characters mixed up for one split second. I got rent money for one night. Never mind. You can fill in the rest. Yeah, so sternums up, people. That's right. Stick your chest out. Be proud. Enjoy yourself. And breathe deep. Breathe into your gut. Come on. Into your diaphragm.